Welcome to Trailblazers Group 3 qualifying. It looks like we might have some with some slight network issues, so hopefully that we'll get it resolved soon. And it looks like we're going to restart. But welcome to one of the lobbies of Group 3 qualifying for Trailblazers. Just going to wait and see. I understand the PlayStation 4 servers, or PlayStation servers as they are now, have had a few little issues tonight for this lobby, so hopefully we'll get up and running fairly shortly. And looks like we've restarted again. So we've got quite a bit of talent. There was an early qualifier done last night for 7 of the participants, and there is another one also being currently run, being hosted by Milsey at the moment. So going through our participants, we have Evil One. He's racing for the Reaper Raptors. Next we've got Shammy racing for EBM Motorsport. Just double check Evil One's livery. Yes, he's with the Reaper Raptors too. We've got DK666. He is racing for the brand new team on Trail 360 Motorsport, and it's a sign of how the health of the league that we're increasing our number of teams. Next we've got the team captain of EBM, Shane Mitchell, with his new design livery for this season. He of course is in the Porsche GT3. Next we've got his teammate EBM Brandosa. He's quite a strong participant the last few seasons. Now we've got one of the league owners, Oz Red Raptor, or Raptor as we call him. He's also one of the captains of Reaper Raptors. Next we've got See Me Crash. He's one of the Mad Turtles, and he looks like he's running the Beetle for this season. Next we've got Lambus. I think he's in the in the Reaper Raptors. This isn't yet looking at his bonnet, definitely is. Then we've got Mixer. Now he's got some old Trailblazers liveries there, but looks like he's in Reaper Raptors as well. And then we've got Benjamin Disco, who rounds out the 10 in our qualifying group, representing the Mad Turtles. So as we get in, we've got the participants have been asked to not avoid slipstreaming each other, so we'll see them spread out as they get ready to start their laps. It looks like Evil One's already on his. They ran wide slightly, so not sure how competitive it's going to be. We saw some 155s last night, and be interesting to see what gets pulled out by this qualification room. And looks like everyone's been given a penalty for shortcutting, so he will have to reset for restarting his next lap. So the next one to lodge hopefully a competitive lap is Shearmy, and hopefully he has a good showing himself. See DK666 is sitting behind him at the moment. See the times to see whether there's been any benefit from sitting behind Shearmy for this initial first flying lap, and let's see what we've got. Oh, he was set at 156. Shearmy set at 156.48, and DK has done 155.367. So quite a good time. He sat behind Shearmy for that one, so let's hope he can pull out a faster lap without perhaps being behind Shearmy. He may have also been balked a little bit by him. Going through the timing monitors, we've got DK setting a 155.367, Crash a 155.517, Shearmy with a 56.48 to round out the top three. So we'll just see how they go as they set more times. Can't see anyone at 10 because I know there were 10 races, so I'm not sure what's happened to 10. So it looks like someone's dropped. Benjamin Disco has dropped and he came back in. Now I know he connects in the UK, so he may have had some issues. So I don't know whether he can get back in, but we'll just have to wait and see. So it looks like we're down to 9 participants as we go on a flying lap with Raptor. See what times he can set. He's of course racing the DB9, and that's a lovely livery, almost Marlboro inspired. But yeah, we'll see a lot of 55s and 56s, I think. So Evil One sets a new fastest time of 155.759. That brings him up to third. Looks like Benjamin Disco couldn't get back in, unfortunately. So that's a shame. I'm sure the channel owners will organise something. And Raptor sets a 157.136, leading Mixer by over a second. I'm sure Mixer will bring that time up. As you can see, Raptor's only 1.7 behind the leader, so it's fairly tight spread here. And Lambos has set a 155.629. So that brings him up into third, displacing Evil One. So who we got approaching the last lap to set. So we've got either one, who of course was displaced recently by Lambus, and so we'll just have to see how either one tracks as he comes through the last couple of turns. There's that awkward little hairpin. It really, you can ruin your lap time if you don't get that right. Oh, and he's slightly got some wheel spin, bit of an oversteer, bit of a slide out of the final corner, and unfortunately he doesn't manage to improve on his time. So Shimi sets a new time of 156.379. Got Raptor sets a new time at 156.692. As you can see, that's tightening up a little bit. Just have to go find Mixer to see where he's at. So Mixer's a little bit back at the moment. His fastest is a 158.165. But yeah, from Raptor onwards, he's just had a bit of a moment. Oh, that was close with Lambos, but yeah, he's 1.3 seconds off the pace. So that's a good spread over that top 8. Looks like not Raptor's lap at the moment. See Mixer approaching. So I have to see, not sure who's up ahead, as DK666 has a little bit of a moment. Who's behind him? Shimi's in behind him at the moment. And we see DK getting out of the way for Shimi, so that's good sportsmanship. And Shimi's just set a new fastest time of 155.7. You can really see those times are really speeding up, and you can see DK getting out of the way for Brandosa and Esmich, and Brandosa set a 156.241. Now with Maggiore reverses, or Maggiore the right way round, there's a few little tricks with a little bit of awkward bits of grass just over the curb, so it's very easy to spin it and have a moment. So we see Esmich currently sitting in 7th place. Oh, and Mix has tightened up his time with the 158.043, so it's an improvement. He's still 1.3 behind Raptor. Looks like Brandosa's made sure he's given himself some space, so he's not catching Esmich on his next run. Not sure who we've got behind. Now we've got Lambos here. I think there's Power Memes livery, and Lambos has his own Twitch channel with Power Memes. I know he puts a bit of effort into that, so you can see that's certainly a very bright livery happening. You can see him just trying to allow the car in front to move on, so he can have a clean run in clear air, and it's also respect sportsmanship. Currently he's 3rd in the standings, only 2.5 tenths behind DK666, and then Crash is 1.5 tenths behind DK666. So some nice tight spaces there. It's the 10th here and there. It come down to wheel spin and in line through corners. Alright, so So watch Crash start another run. We might try and stay with Crash and just see how it goes, because he'll be wanting to try and find 2/10 somewhere. Of course, he's running the iconic Mad Turtle livery. Of course, so those captains are in the other lobby. That's Mad Mitch and Tim Turtle. And we see Raptor has set a new time of 1:56.418, and that brings him above S-Mitch. And so he's brought himself up a bit closer to the top, and Crash has picked up a penalty. He did cut that corner earlier, just as Raptor set his time. So the question for Crash is whether he tries to burn it off, and he's burned it off in the straight, so he's going to go around again. So Curse of the Commentator strikes. That's a lovely livery there by DK 666. Yeah, so 360 Motorsport was born out of the Reaper Raptors. We had quite a large following, and just to try and increase the number of teams, there was a market for 360, and they're pledging at the moment. Evil One has just set a new fastest time of 1:55.311, putting him half a tenth ahead of DK 666. Now, there was a yellow flag. Who's that for? That's S-Mitch, who's had a moment. Not quite sure what's happened there. And Brandosa sets a new time of 1:55.566. So that's a really tight spread. Yes, I'm not sure what's happened to S-Mitch. Let's see who's going to go past in a moment. Might be he's going to move after. Maybe he's had to deal with something offline. Hopefully he can get back into it. So clubhouse leader at the moment is Evil 177. He's run a 1:55.311, taking top spot at the moment of DK 666. It's good to see Reaper Raptors being represented so ably. The question is, can DK 666 pick up a faster time? Then we've got Crash, who has had a chance to reset his attempts, and hopefully we'll see him set another fastest time. Oh, and at the moment he is on a purple, so that's looking very good. So we'll have to stay with him as he comes into this final sector. He's looking at the time monitor. Yeah, he's picking up a scorching time at the moment. Alright, so what's he doing? And so Crash goes through and he sets a new fastest time. He is at 1:55 and 0:16, so he is so close to making into that 1:54 club. He has put close to 3/10 over Evil One, and then DK Racing, who was only half a tenth behind him. So we'll just see. Shumi's in the pits as well. Raptors coming into the pits. Of course, there is no tyre wear and no fuel wear here, so it may be just to kind of get out of the pattern. And we can see S-Mitch is back on track at the moment, and Mix is still going away. He's 3 seconds off the pace, and 1.5 behind his closest rival. But yeah, then you can see from S-Mitch onwards, you got 1.5 seconds to first over the top 8. That's really looking nice and close. So So what I might do is I might just go to the timing screen. We'll see if anyone else is on a purple. Crash is looking quite good again. So let's go pick out Crashy. He has found some form at the moment. He's all, as you can see, he's not benefiting from any slipstream at the moment. So this is a really good effort by Crashy. He comes into the final corner complex. As he goes through the final corner, he goes across the line and sets. Oh, he's 1.1 down, so he must have had a moment there. So let's go back to the timing and let's just see who's setting some good times. Lambos has set a new time of 1:55.68. I'm not sure if that's moved him at all. Brendosa's has just set a 1:55.418, so he's looking good as well. So Brendosa has set a decent time for himself, so it's looking quite good. And yeah, hopefully we might see Raptor go on a flyer here, so let's try and follow him and see how he strings it together. Comes through into his first sector, and he's 4/10 off his first sector pace. So there's probably I can pick something up in the second sector, which if you know, you can pick up some time down through the dipper. And he goes up the rise through the back straight and sector 2 and see whether he's improved from 4/10, and he's given up another half a second, so he'll be looking to reset for the next lap. So we'll just have a quick look around to see if there's anyone we can spot. So DK Racing has set himself 1:55.077, so that's looking very good. Lambos has improved on his time, but not his position on 1:55.618. Of course, all these times they will go towards the placings of 2 or 3 lobbies for this season. And it's not just the fastest time you've got. You've also got those who've won the previous season's lobbies. They will they ultimately go into the top lobby as DK sets a faster sector, but yeah, it's a weighting of your fastest time, but also your attendance too. So those who show up more frequently do get rewarded with better racing. So it's a good community here at Trailblazers, where we've got our teams, 360 Racing, which is the newest team, as DK Racing sets keeps that purple. I'm not sure he gained much on that previous sector, but he's looking pretty good. But yeah, so we've got 360 Motorsport is our newest team. We've got EBM Motorsport is sponsored by Elite Brake and Mechanical down in Melbourne for all your mechanical needs. Owned by SMitch. We've also got Trailblazers. So we've got Reaper Raptors, which is owned by Rick and Raptor. And then we have Mad Turtle, run by Mad Mitch and Tim Turtle. We also have Road Sig Racing, but I'm not sure what they're doing this year. I know they've been short on drivers at the moment. That's run by Kez, and I know they're a good team, and they've been through a bit of a tough time with COVID. So if you do get a chance to look up Road Sig Apparel, please look them up. And DK Racing unfortunately didn't manage to carry his purple form, just losing half a second towards the end. Lambos has improved his time again at 1:55.489, so he's looking pretty good at the moment. go to the timing monitor, looking for some greens and purples. Raptor looks like he might be having a faster lap this time. So as he comes into the final corner complex, down through that awkward hairpin, that right angle right hand turn, and he gets some sliding happening and goes across the line, and he wasn't able to improve, unfortunately. So we'll go through each of the races again. The clubhouse leader at the moment is a Crash with a 600ths of a second of a lead over DK Racing at 360 Motorsport. Then we've got Evil One from Reaper Raptors, who's in third, almost 2.5 tenths down. Brendosa from EBM is further back, followed by Lambos of his Power Memes Reaper Raptors, Shearmy, EBM, and Raptor, Esmich, and then Mixer carrying up the rear. So you see Esmich has just set a new fastest time, and he has jumped a position over Red Raptor. He's at 155.832. So looking at that top 8, that's less than 1.5 seconds between the top 8. So this is going to be a very tight pick of lobbies. So yeah, if it's just not your session, it's you can find yourself in the bottom lobby, which would be awkward for those of us who perhaps aren't so good, having an absolute star at the top of the lobby for the season. So Lambos, he continues to set those fastest laps, and I think he's actually overtaken. He's just improved on Brandosa's time, so he takes in 4th position, 1700ths of a second over Brandosa, taking 4th position at the moment. As we go into Brandosa goes into another lap, he unfortunately wasn't able to gain on them. We might have a quick look at the timing screen to see who's looking very good. So Evil One set a decent time previously. So we'll just wait and see how Crash and DK get to their next sectors, and they're not quite improving. As you go into the final 5 minutes of qualifying, as Brandosa sets a purple lap, if he can keep this up, he's going to be laughing if he can jump up. Obviously, he's been inspired by Lambos's challenge to him, and so we'll have to watch Brandosa go for it as he goes up the back straight, representing EBM Motorsport. So he's set a green sector. So we'll have to see if he can keep it together. Of course, he's in the Nissan GTR. Yeah, the Aston Martin Vantage has been very popular for this season. As is the AMG Mercedes. As Brandosa's 6.2 wheels on the grass. We're going to stay with him just to see if he can pull back Lambos's time, as DK Racing sets a new faster time of 155.048. We'll see how close that brings him up to Crashy in a moment. I know he was behind Crashy, so perhaps he's had a little bit of assistance through there. At least last time we checked the timing charts, he was right behind him. As we'll watch Brandosa, see if he's managed to improve on his time. Has he dragged back Lambos? And no, unfortunately he's lost 5 tenths of his own fastest time, so unfortunate. Well, as Lambos goes a bit cross country. So of course DK Racing set his own fastest lap recently, and you can see he's unfortunately still behind Crash. He may be currently benefiting from a slipstream, but at some point as you get closer, that dirty air is not going to help, and may even trip him over. So we'll just have to watch. Yeah, so Crash is in a position where he wants to set a fastest time, but he might be pulling over here slightly to the left as DK sets another fastest sector. So there we see Crash lifting off to let him past. So Crash is letting DK go. So we'll watch to see what time DK sets, because he's only 300ths behind Crashy. So we'll to see what time he sets as he goes across the line, and he gets a fastest time of 1 minute 54.906. He's the first one of this lobby into the 154s. So congratulations, DK. And we'll watch Crashy start his fastest or new lap. Those crossing the line now are probably only going to get one more lap. Crashy and DK might be able to get 2 more in. Not sure who's there. Lambos may have just crossed in time as well. Depends how quickly he does this lap in the AMG. Evil 1 sets a new fastest time of 155.1. As you can see across the top 3, it's only 2/10 difference, so that's a nice close spread. So a lot of our races will be on their final laps. So as our clubhouse leader, DK666 is 1/10 ahead of Crash from Mad Turtles. And in third is currently Evil 1. Looking across the field, we've then got Lambos, Brandosa, Shammy, Smith 84, and Aussie Red Raptor. He's an 8th, and that's only 1.5 from the fastest time. And then we do have Mixer another 1.5 behind, and it looks like Mixer may have called it a day. Unfortunately, he's triggering yellow flags, which probably isn't ideal, but that's just something to consider later. It's never good to see yellow flags triggered, especially if someone needed to pass at that point. Alright, so we'll have to see. So Crashy goes across in time, just in time for another lap. Lambos sets a new his new fastest time of 155.348. He's still in 4th. Brandosa was trying to chase him down earlier. We'll have to see how he goes. As everyone's on their last laps. So Brandosa goes into the final hairpin, into that awkward little right-hander down the pit straight. Oh, and he gets a bit slippery through there, and he's given up for the session. So good way, Brandosa. Next we've got Raptor. Can he improve on his time coming into the final corner complex? He tries to come across the line. Does he improve on his time? Unfortunately not. Mixer's still a little bit cross country. DK's on his final lap. Crash is on his final lap. Lambos is on his final lap as well. You can see DK666 for 360 Motorsport in the Lexus. Currently the fastest on track for this lobby. We'll have to see how his times compare to the rest of the cohort. As keeps it together. Is he pushing it? It's really hard to tell from this angle. Does he improve? Unfortunately, no improvement. Does Crash improve? Nope. And Lambos? No. So it stays as it is with DK666, Crash, Evil 1, Lambos, Brandosa, Xiaomi, Smith, Osred Raptor, and Mixer bringing up the rear in 9. So that's all for us from me today. Thank you for joining us for the Trailblazers Group 3 qualifying, or lobby qualifying, and thank you for watching.